often because they're a small minority. Most people haven't seen them. Yeah, and you know that is why. But it's also because like, well, not yeah, like it's extremely convenient for a fascist regime to target queer people, a very small minority. But then again, a lot of the fascist narrative and mode of control is psychosexual. They want to control people's actions and like the fascist state wants to make fundamentally everything subservient to the state, and you can't do that if people are sexually free. In order for the fascists to realize their vision of purging the degeneracy and a hell, or excuse me, again, slip of the tongue, heaven on earth, the fascist narrative, you have to make everybody like compatible with that vision. You know, in order to purge the degeneracy, you have to, well, purge the degeneracy, and they're like, the heteronormative standard dictates that. Because it is heteronormative, then queer people are deviant. And if queer people are deviant, they must be purged in order to create this ideal society. You know? Because they're stinky. Or something. Isn't this very bad ideology? What do you mean? Seriously, fascist societies... it sounds like a self-fulfilling prophecy, but a fascist society is very sexless precisely because of how sex-obsessed they are. You know, how sex-obsessed the fascist is in controlling people's sexuality. That's why a lot of it revolves around queerphobia, a lot of it revolves around misogyny and male insecurity. That's why you see all these black shirts and they're unfuckable, like, losers of young men. You know what I mean? That's the kind of world they're trying to create. A sexless world. Or rather, a world in which sex itself is subservient to the state. The most basic pleasures of life must become subservient to the state. You read about this in 1984. That's the easiest example to come up with. That in 1984, the party, you know, the Ingsoc party, seeks to literally like abolish the orgasm in order to assert the primacy of the state in literally every conceivable aspect of life, including sex. And it's, again, it's just because sex is so basic. Sounds like religion too. Self-fulfilling prophecy is just like turn of phrase. Hello, Editing Y2K here. This is just one part of a multi-part series of me ranking all the ideologies that I know enough about to comment on. It took place over the course of 2 live streams earlier in the year, and the other parts will be all available on a playlist if you're interested. Please check it out, and thank you for watching.